And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. And can you believe Monday is here?
Golly.
And we're that much closer to that Thanksgiving word, the T word.
I'll be glad when it hurry up and get here.
You hungry?
Well, that, but just so I don't get bombarded with Christmas.
Well, I'm already disappointed. I was already told by my mother-in-law she didn't feel good and she wasn't making none of my banana pudding this year.
Ooh.
That just looked like we're in the holidays.
Well, Greg done dressed the dog up as a reindeer.
If we got pictures?
You know what? I do.
Bring those to me.
I'm going to dig them up because Bo Stevens has already got his reindeer antlers on. They've got everything going. He's done had his manger scene out there in the yard. I'm telling you.
I always think of the poor little dog from Grinch. You remember he stapled them on there?
That's what we had to do to Greg's antlers.
Now, you're going to be out a little bit this week, aren't you? You're going to a big convention somewhere or something?
Yeah, we got emergency management convention starting tomorrow. So I'll be here tomorrow. And then Wednesday and Thursday we'll have a fill-in, and then I'll be back for Friday.
Well, there you go. We'll have fun at that.
Won't be bad. We got some classes. So interested in taking a few of these. Learn a little bit of something, and it'll be a good time.
Well, we see Crescent Lake is up joining us. A big morning to y'all out there. Terry Shelton joins us. Center Hill. Beverly, how are you doing today?
Hey, Philadelphia. Miss Bunyard said, Happy Monday. Happy Monday, Miss Bunyard.
Yeah, Ricky Nelson, good to see you again. We do appreciate, we want to say thank you for the invite, for coming out being with the veterans this weekend. That was
we
a
got
lot
to
of
draw
fun.
a couple of names for winners of guns. We didn't get. We
didn't pull our name. Although you were the one pulling it, probably looked suspicious.
Yeah, I guess that's why we didn't buy one. We're in the next drawing, though.
Ooh, hey, Sheila, how are you doing this morning? Clark County being represented today. Speaking of Clark
Little
County,
Rock.
Let's talk about this.
Uh-oh.
As Anthony Chancellor is getting ready to take over sheriff's duties, he's been in training the last few days with Todd.
Yeah.
Last night, the call come out of a car got locked up, and they were going to go handle the situation there. A lady went to the store in Enterprise, and a cat locked the door.
One of them automatic ones?
Walked across it and locked the door to the car. And she couldn't get in her car, so she called 911. That's what you do down there. They called Anthony, and Anthony was trying to find his Slim Jim. He was looking under the couch and the bed. By the time he figured out where it was, the cat had gone back and unlocked the door in Enterprise and solved the situation. So he didn't get any training last night.
Yeah, somebody told that cat he was going to have his butt at the Berry yacht if he didn't straighten up. So he went over there and unlocked that door.
How many times has that happened, though? And that did there to where you pull up to a store with your little dog, you leave them in there with the air conditioner, and they get happy and touch that.
You leave the window cracked and they roll it up.
They just get excited. And there's been many a window broken because people wanted in their car to get to the fur baby quick. We all know that. The fire departments don't respond to that anymore, do they? Just find your own way in.
Only if a child's locked in there.
Let me flip over to Kevin. What do y'all do in that situation?
If we get called, we go.
You go.
Yep, there's a cat in there.
I want to, and I got to buy this. They've come out with some new door. The Slim Jim, I think, tears things up. They put that thing in there that expands the door. I need, because I do it. I lock my stuff up.
Blood pressure cuff.
And something about when your battery goes out, you ever have one lock on lock you out just automatically? It'll happen.
My daughter got a new car now. She had a Chrysler Sebring.
Yeah.
And she called. She said, I think my battery's dead. Can you come help me? Do you know where the battery is on that car?
Where?
In front of the front tire. You got to jack it up, take the front tire off, take the fender well out, undo a bolt, slide this tray out to get to the battery. Whatever engineer came up with that ought to be slapped. at least one good time.
I've seen them in trunk. I know the Challengers, I think they're in the trunk. I mean, who would look there?
Yeah, I had a Miata. It took me 6 months to find out how to open the gas thing. Its battery was in the back. I'm telling you.
Yeah, technology as it changes. And wait till you buy your electric car and find out that those batteries are, how much are they?
Like $30,000. But just think, you saved 15 on gas over the past 5 years.
That's right. Save some money there. Hey, did you hear me talk about Senator Tim Scott? He's out of the race now.
Yeah.
He's not going to be president.
Well, maybe he's getting an eyeball now, and maybe somebody's looking over there going, he's a good guy. Maybe I can consider him. Don't know if he'll get the formal invitation.
Yeah.
But Chris Christie's not going to get nothing.
He ain't going to get invited to nobody's administration. I can't think of anyone who likes the man. Bridgegate.
Yeah. I mean, if Biden falls down the stairs coming off of the airplane, I mean, it's a stumble. Boy, if Chris falls off the airplane, he's going to hurt something.
You better watch that. Oh, boy. Well, over the weekend, we had another shooting. It happened this weekend. And let me pull this up to show you where this would go down. This was at St. Francis Apartments where the gunshot would happen. It's right here off of Highway 39 Dairy Queen here. This would be up EMEPA and Toyota up here. This would be on this back road. Now, this would happen, I think, in a corridor. And when I say a corridor, you know, like as you go under apartments where you take the stairs to go up and that, a shooting there. And they were rushed to the hospital. And I don't want anybody to take this wrong, but this was one of the first times that I ever sat back and just watched the police do their job at a crime scene. A car was involved in this. And folks, it was like a Hugh Hefner photo shoot. I have never seen that many pictures. It was like Miss Alabama was there.
Well,
they were snapping pictures left and right.
So they've got documentation.
They got a lot of documentation. I don't think I've ever taken that many pictures in my life.
Maybe they're going to make two separate files in case they lose them.
Wait, there's a thought. You know, I got to dig into that before. But do you remember a year or so ago when somebody had to be let out of jail because the time had run out and the file had been lost?
Now that you say that, I remember something about that.
I want to say that a little birdie flew by and told me that, well, somebody else is getting out because another file has been lost or not found.
Here?
Yeah, right here.
Oh.
It could be two, but I know it's one. I got to dig back into that and see what I can find out about that. But expect another criminal to be on the streets again.
I know somebody that cringes, and I think he's watching now. I know he watches pretty regular.
Who's that?
Chief Jerry Marlowe.
Hey, Chief.
From a while back. Lives in Foley, Alabama now. One of the greatest guys. Love him to death. So if you're out there, Chief, good morning. I've got to, when I get back down that way, I've got to call you. We got to go out for lunch or something. And him and his wife retired, and they live down that way and enjoying it. So I hope y'all are watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, Chief.
All right, we're going to come right back. We got some folks in here that we're going to tell you about some great things going on in the community and how you can help out. That, and then we're going to be jam-packed with so much more of what went on over the weekend. Yeah. So y'all don't rush off. If it's crossed your mind about a new tractor, visit my friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 here in Collinsville. They got any style, any size that you're looking for. And right now, you can take advantage of getting a new tractor, a trailer, and a bush hog, all for $31,000, 0% interest for 84 months. Yeah, 0% for 84 months. Also, a great service department to work on any tractor that you have. From bush hogs, disc, and tillers, see it all at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494 in Collinsville. As the seasons change, so do your clothes, and Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve, also Hulk shirts, and America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church, and nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need. From box to lacrosse, they have the boot for you. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, best Sadia buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, as we bring you a Monday morning. It is so good to see so many people up and at 'em and gathering around. We appreciate y'all joining us. And someone made a comment about the supervisor's race officially should have an answer today. I think day marks number 5. We can give you an unofficial hint as to what's going to be happening.
Yeah, but that should be certified and all final numbers come out today and have access. So either you post something about it, or we can bring all those certified numbers to you in the morning.
Yeah, we'll have it up today. All right, we've got a lot of things going, Odie. I'm going to let you take over this and tell us what we need to do here. Oh, let me hit some buttons. There we go.
Do. So in the house with us today from Coyville, Mississippi, we've got Chief Billy Hegwood and Edna Barfield, and David Barfield is sitting back there in the back and all, but Chief, y'all got a fundraiser coming up and a car show, and it's real big, and that four-way stop gets busy in Coyville. So exactly what do y'all have going on, and when's it going to be?
This Saturday, the 18th, starting about 9 o'clock. Everybody start coming in. Entertainment and food will start at 10.
Yeah.
We have a car show. Edna and David does a great job running the car show for us. Entertainment's going to be by Adam Bolden, and we got vendor booths, $20 a spot. We supply the spot, you supply the whatever you got.
$20 anyway.
$20, and then we just ask you don't sell food or whatever, to compete against what we have.
And what food do you have available this year?
We're going to have shredded pork plates, which will have baked beans and coleslaw and bread.
And it's always good.
What it is, I got a feeling me and you going to be up there.
I do too.
That's $10. You can get we're going to have some ribs. One of the hostelers is being real nice and cooking us some real good ribs. So you can get a rib plate with coleslaw and baked beans for $10, or you can get a combo plate, which you get a little bit of pulled pork and you get a little bit of ribs for $12. And then we'll have hamburgers, pulled pork sandwiches with chips and drinks and water, $1 a piece. We just ask everybody to come out and help support us.
We talk about the fire departments a lot. I guess one because I is one.
Well, they do so much for the community.
They really do, and it's a service that nobody really thinks about too much until they have to have it. But the money that it takes to operate this volunteer fire department, which is a business, and gets some funding from Lauderdale County. The Board of Supervisors purchases their trucks and purchases some gear. But the operation of that station, the power bill, the phone bill, the internet bill, all your training stuff, all that comes out of that station's funds.
Well, they got to raise the money.
And this is how you raise the money. So it's not just a give me; they're getting something for it, and that's a fire department that is actually saving you probably 8 times what it cost on your insurance.
It saves you money.
If you didn't have that, it would your homeowner's insurance would at least triple if you didn't have that fire department sitting down there, trained like they are. So Edna, y'all done this car show for a few years, and you and David are big into the car show family. So if there's somebody out there that's got a car and they'd like to join in, how do they get their car in this show?
Okay, we usually start a little earlier. Car show folks get there a little earlier, so we'll be there probably 7:30ish. We'll have people start registering early. Car entry's $20.
Oh, that ain't bad.
That ain't bad. We'll do top 10 vehicles, top 5 motorcycles. We'll have a best in show, a lady's choice, a fireman's choice, a law enforcement's choice, and the youngest rodder award.
That's a bunch of them.
Yes, so somebody's going to walk away with it. It's not like everybody's competing for one little plaque. Y'all spread the love out. And how long have y'all done the car show down there?
This is the 7th year for the car show.
Always a lot of fun there in Coyville. Great folks.
It is. It's fun. Come down there, be with them this Saturday. Bring your appetite because the food is delicious. The entertainment is good. The car show, it gets bigger and better every single year. And it's just a nice, great place to bring the family and enjoy the day sitting out there in Coyville at the four-way stop, just yay far from the old Coyville General Store. Everybody knows where that is.
And what time does it get underway?
It usually starts around 9.
9-ish?
9-ish.
Give you time to get an egg or two and wake up, kind of stumble up.
That's right.
Get going.
Don't eat too many eggs, though.
Man, I'm telling you, I love them. And if y'all happen to be friends with, what is his name, Chip Fucci or any of those, what's that guy's name, Fauci? How do you say his name that rebuilds the cars?
That's
Chip.
David's.
No, you know, on
forte.
TV. That guy Chip, what's his name?
Chip Foose.
Foose. The Foose. If y'all happen to know him and 80 of his best friends come help me finish my projects, please have them.
So you want to be on that show, Pimp Your Ride?
It's like, come steal my truck and put it back together.
I hear you.
Look forward to that. Maybe one day we'll get a truck that will run to a car show. We'd have to trailer it at this point and leave it on the trailer.
Yeah, because we ain't going to push it.
No.
We'll have to get there at 6:30 so people think it did get drove.
Thank y'all for coming in. Y'all hang around with us. We'll get back in touch with you there as we get ready for a great car show right around the corner there.
Yeah.
Plus, we're going to tell you about a store that was robbed over the weekend.
Ooh. And didn't they close?
They sure did. Didn't open up Saturday at all. We'll tell you about that, the details of what could have happened. That's on the way next as the Scotty Ray Report continues.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Are you looking for a job that could last a lifetime? Structural Steel is hiring now. With employees that have been there from 20 to 40 years, they're family owned and operated since 1975. Competitive starting wages, a 401k package, and great insurance. Immediate openings on the day shift and night shift. From entry-level helpers, welding and tacking, grinding and fitting. And the list goes on of job openings. Start your future today at Structural Steel. Call 483-5381. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. As we start this, as we mentioned, robbery. Now let's get into it. Let me show you what I put, and let's talk about this as we pull this up here. Here's the headline that we posted on Saturday night when this happened. Breaking news, Ulta Beauty at Meridian Crossroads was just robbed at gunpoint. The suspect was an armed black male wearing a wig, brown boots, and a Bass Pro cap. Use caution in the area. The subject is armed. Below that, I put unconfirmed reports are that the suspect hid in the bathroom until closing, then robbed the store at gunpoint. Let me explain that. The key word here, unconfirmed. This is what was said at the scene of what possibly could have happened. And whenever I use the terminology unconfirmed means that it could or could not have happened. I'm pretty sure it's pretty close to happening as we look at this. As witnesses, as someone was checking out, it was a store employee, said, hey, I think somebody's back there in the bathroom. A store employee goes back there towards the bathroom, is confronted with a man with a gun. Now, what I did not put in the headline is that this black male was dressed as a woman wearing a wig with a Bass Pro hat. I didn't put that part, but I did know that. Let's call that also unconfirmed.
So you're wanting these people who may have their own little seal of approval to dissect a sentence,
right,
and be able to take the unconfirmed part and merge it with the other part that was informational.
Yes.
Is that what you're asking people to do?
It kind of basically spells it out. Did all that happen? Absolutely.
That's
now
easy.
let's break this down. When a robbery or crime scene happens, there's things that's going to be said, things that change. Information until a thorough investigation is done changes. Those are the facts. That is what happened. You can dig into it. It's in writing. You can find everything that I stated. It did happen. We don't make up our own headlines here at the Scotty Ray Report. They happen. We report them as they come apart. The important thing here is if you've got a child, you've got a wife, or you're a man, you get ready for closing, y'all have 2 or 3 because this is something new that is happening. Mark my word, this will be repeated. Check the bathrooms, check corners before closing. The safe was robbed on top of this. Cash register was emptied. Someone could have gotten hurt. They did not, thank God.
Yeah.
But we've got people dressing as another sex now. Now, think about what I'm saying here. This is little old Meridian, Mississippi. As I pointed out in the 6:30 headline news this morning, it was happening nationally, chains closing because of robberies and theft. This can happen to Meridian as well. We need chain stores here, an anchor store. We need these things. And people like this are going to cause it. Now, also, we'll get to the picture here in just a little bit. What's going on with this? I don't know who this person is that robbed it. But if you will notice over the last, I can cross under the bridge, what they now call Highway 19, going toward Chick-fil-A, and I'm bombarded by the homeless that walk the streets there. You can count them, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, between there and Sam's and the Crossroads. Directly this morning, now they got them to move, but the stuff is still sitting there. If you're sitting there in front of where Best Buy used to be, staring at I-20 right now, there are shopping carts galore there, piled with trash, which is the view to our busiest shopping center in Meridian, Mississippi. We're being overrun with this. Was the guy that stole this? I don't know who it was. I have no idea. I'm just saying you let all of these things add up and you have problems. You have crime. Nip it in the bud. That needs to be cleaned up today. We let our entire weekend look like this in Meridian, Mississippi on Veterans Day. People were passing through our towns. It needs to go away. It needs to be cleaned up quickly. I'm not sure which group goes out and takes care of this, but y'all head out. Get rid of that. We got to put a nip into it. But at the end of the day, we had some people that were working, trying to make an honest living, get robbed at gunpoint. That could have went awry. Somebody could have got nervous, a trigger gone off. We don't know what kind of gun it was. We don't know all of that. Was it loaded? No, I wasn't there. But if someone pulls a gun, you use that as expecting that it is loaded and they're willing to use it.
Or they wouldn't have pulled it out.
That's correct.
That's, and these people who, that's their job. That's how they make their living. That's how they're going to pay for their kids' Christmas. And yet if Ulta doesn't open back up, what are they going to do? Our homeless situation, I've seen where, and I've heard a couple of times, somebody said we need to take this place and kind of give them a room and board so they can stay out of this cold. Let me tell you, there is places, there is shelters for these folks. They can get out of this weather. But here's the issue. There's rules there.
Oh, yeah, you got to be there by a certain time, don't you?
You can't drink. You can't do drugs. And these people do not conform to those rules, so they stay in the woods.
You just described why every married man don't go home.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, and half the homeless population is men who forgot to take the keys with them. Got the locks changed.
But those are things that contribute to why people can't be in a thing. It's right. You can't have any of that stuff. And they lock down the doors until the morning light.
And if you don't care if they have rules, and I'll open up your home to your spare bedroom and let them come and go as they please and do what they want and drink and do drugs in your home.
Yeah, everybody that jumps on me every time I put a picture, go ahead and open up your door. I'll be glad to tell you where they are. Go pick them up. Take them home with you.
Or we'll give their address and
let them come to your place.
Yeah, it just don't have. There's rules there for a reason, and if you don't conform to society, this is what it leads to.
Okay, and also let me back up. I always, whenever I make a mistake, I man up to it. And let me man up to a mistake that I made on Saturday. Me and Odie were at the Veterans Hall, post 79 there. Odie was drawing for the gun. I was videoing it, and I got message that the shooting had just happened. Well, by golly, we got right on that to let everybody know what happened. So I whipped out the old cell phone there, and I typed out shooting in Meridian. Big headline there. The next line is where autocorrect got me. One person was blanked in the leg.
Yeah.
Now, I'm pretty sure after they got shot in the leg, that probably did happen to them. But I used a 4-letter word that was accidentally, and it was funny, I admit. But we corrected it as soon as we could.
And then your phone started blowing up. Hey! I've got it.
I was trying to correct. But it was a 4-letter word. And I made a mistake there. I didn't see it. I promise y'all, when I hit post, it said shot.
Mine doesn't use that
It
word
didn't
in
say that after
autocorrect.
it got there.
What kind of phone do you have that has that word in your autocorrect?
I don't know,
We
but
need
that's
to
the
take
second
that out.
time. If you'll remember, one of our deputies did that to someone in a church parking lot not long ago, too.
Yeah, and they... yeah, that in the church.
Yes. Blank in the parking lot of the church. Either headline would have worked, but
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. But I admit my mistakes when I make them, and that was a big one. So we apologize for that. We man up to what we do wrong there, but we corrected it as soon as we possibly could. But those are the events that happened over the weekend. Did everything that I say happened? It did. Now, again, we may never get the full results from the investigation nor a picture. We hope to get a picture from the Meridian Police Department to share to look for this person dressed as a woman. Wig, whatever you want to call it. That's the way it was described when it happened. Can evidence change in between that time and this morning? Absolutely can, as any investigation. So as soon as we get updates and more, and we hope to get something more, we'll pass that along. I'm going to send an email just to be on the safe side so that they'll know we want more information to the Meridian Police Department. Those things did happen.
Yep.
Let's see what else went on over the weekend. Early this morning, Meridian Police Department was making their rounds. And what do they see? Hey, is that a stolen truck in front of me? Well, it absolutely was, Odie. As we go here to take a look at this, this would happen on 46th block of the 25th Street, right there. Here's State Boulevard, right over here. He would get so excited that the blue lights came on that he jumped out the truck. It would roll down an embankment.
Oh, now that had to have been fun.
It was a 03 F-150, so if you had your truck stolen over the weekend, MPD now has it. Now, I can't guarantee you what it looks like after rolling down the embankment.
I wonder if the transmission's still good.
You need one, don't you?
I need one.
Those events. Also early this morning, let me go back to this and pull this up, Odie. This happened, and usually if one happens, there's more to it than just one. What is this picture here? Whoa, that's the parking garage. I want to say second floor, a car had a window knocked out. Now, did they take anything? I don't know. I know the Meridian Police Department responded to the scene, but normally within that area, within a few blocks, there's more cars that have been broken into or vandalism. I don't know which it was, vandalism or a car break-in, but usually it's not just one car, so be on the lookout if you're at home now going, well, I'm going to go to work, go check your car.
Yeah.
So we hate it when those things happen there. Those do.
Yeah. That parking garage. You know, when they built that parking garage, we figured, well, when we have shows at the Temple Theater, this is back when the Shriners still had it, people are going to start using that and walking across, and it's right here. It's a great place. And we had a couple of big shows. And do you know, it was raining one night, and there's people walking down the sidewalk. You know that garage is over, I ain't parking there.
Do you want to admit something? I have never used it, ever.
I've used it once.
I've never stepped foot in it.
And then you got to turn around. It's one way in and one way out, and they're the same path.
Hey, didn't we have something like that one time that had an elevator that sent cars up? It took 45 minutes to get up there, and nobody could eat lunch?
And then if you wanted your car, it was behind three others, and they had to move them around. So they built them, put them in use, and I don't think they were in use but a year or two, and they said, this is just obsolete, shut them down. So we built that one. Nobody uses it. Maybe we don't need to be in the parking garage business.
People just do not adapt to that. That was the same place where those little vandalisms threw the bricks off of the building and damaged the AT&T cars below.
You're exactly right.
There are cameras in there, so there should be some footage of what happened this morning.
Yep. Yeah, they've got cameras.
Overnight, what happened here? Oh, what is that? Gunfire.
Santa Claus is watching.
He's watching. He's getting near Christmas. He's got his knocks out and he's watching all of y'all. This would happen in the 1600 block of 13th Avenue here in Meridian, Mississippi. Now, no one was hurt, no one was injured, but we want you to know about it. If you happen to be riding around, heard something, that's what it was. Y'all hang on. We're coming right back. We're going to go. We got so much more local headlines that happened this weekend.
Yeah.
Plus, we're going to go back in time in this day in history. All happens next with Scotty Ray and Odie. Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. And welcome back. We'll start out this moment in history, and you hate to talk about somebody, but I'm going to just go ahead because the rest of you are thinking about it. You ever seen a face that only a mama could love?
Yeah. I've seen a few of them.
He's funny. He's funny. Let's go back to one of the greatest Western characters there ever was. He always played the comical relief, or that eye that wouldn't stay. And he used it to his advantage. Do y'all remember this guy? He was with Maverick in a lot of movies there. His name was Jack Elam. He was born on this date in 1920, and he made his mark in Westerns with that roving eye that he couldn't control. But he made a great living out of Westerns. He was good at what he did.
You know, he played the doctor in Smokey and the Bandit 2 that sat back there in the back of the truck with an elephant.
With Don DeLuise.
Yeah. They tried to give him some wine.
Wait a minute. What? Oh, I'm hearing that was the second worst movie of all time.
Yes, it was.
That was horrible. An elephant. An elephant. Who would
And they towed an elephant and a baby elephant with a firebird.
It was so bad, it made Hooper look like it was a good movie.
Yeah, almost.
It was bad. It was really bad.
After you had one. I mean,
and they could have picked up with going to get the clam chowder. They could have picked up with that storyline with Junior.
Because they tried to hire him to do it.
Yeah.
But no, they had to move a elephant that was pregnant in the back of an 18-wheeler.
And then somewhere somebody thought, let's put a shark on a car and call it Smokey and the Bandit 3 or 4 or 10. I don't even remember.
I didn't even, after 2 was so bad, I didn't even watch it.
I didn't either. A shark.
And half the actors said, I ain't getting in it.
Bless Jerry Reed's heart for suffering through that. If they hadn't paid him, I doubt he could have done it.
Yeah.
This guy here, he's been in a lot of movies, but you'll remember him mostly for hanging out with the Golden Girls. He played a lot of different parts on that show. You remember this guy, Richard Mulligan? Well, of course, she had her fair hand. She chased every man that ever come on that show, didn't she?
Oh, and the ones who didn't.
But she always tried to come off as she was very sophisticated and elegant. She just liked her men's.
Yeah, that's
with
what
an
it
S. Multiple times. This guy, I did not realize this was the same character until I started digging into this. There's a guy named Joe Montego. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
I've seen him in a lot of other movies, but I had no idea that this was the guy from Three Amigos.
No, that's not.
It's not?
No, that's Martin Short.
It sure is. How did I make that mistake?
They
look alike.
Monty,
right,
whatever his name, he was in Criminal Minds.
All right, it's his birthday here. I really thought, how did I make that mistake, Odie? I'm glad you were here to save the day.
I don't know. It was early.
It was Martin Short.
Yeah.
Big boo-boo.
But I guess if you throw a goatee on him, he'd look like old Joe. Kind of like Charlene if she grows her goatee.
I got to go back and look at where I got this false information from. Now
look, it's Monday. It's part of history. It's the only reason that it's up here. But I squint with one eye because this will make your whole day.
One of your favorite acts. Now, I'll give credit where credit is due. In Ghost, it was good. It really was.
Sister Act?
Yeah, that was even funny.
awesome actor.
And then Ted Danson episodes. And then there came along a TV show that I can't stomach. She's having a birthday, 1955. Whoopi, we all know she thinks a little bit different than the Scotty Ray-isms and the Odie-isms and things like that. She's in her own field.
Oh, kind of like Liam Neeson. Love his acting.
Yes, he's
but
good.
His personal thoughts can just get flushed.
Even the guy that played in The Bourne Identity, you know, he's against guns too.
Yeah, made his living off of shooting them up.
And then he can't stomach it. So there you go. Well, Whoopi's having a birthday. We wish her well there. Now, this next lady that we bring up in history would not have a history if it wasn't for dating one person because, let's face it, her acting career and her makeup career didn't go very far. But she did go out with one old boy when she was 20 that made her a household name, at least for a little while.
It's the only reason people know who she may be.
Ginger Alden. She dated the king.
Yep.
That's the best we can tell you about her.
You don't know nothing else.
Yeah, Maybelline, it didn't work out so well. 1967, he had a show called, what was it? Girls on Trampolines. And he's gone on to jump on other people. And The Man Show, that's what it was, The Man Show. And they played a lot of questionable skits. They were funny, don't get me wrong, but they were very sexist. And now he goes on TV and tries to pick on others and act like he's Mr. Goody Two-Shoes when Jimmy started out with Girls on Trampolines. Let's never forget that. Shame, shame, shame. Don't call somebody else something if you've been doing it yourself.
That's right. I just don't watch him.
Yeah, he has a different way of thinking than me. You know, I come to think of it, there's not many night shows that have our way of thinking. Maybe what's his little name from on Fox? What's that guy that beats them all now? The guy that's on the 5.
Greg Guthrie.
Yeah, I can't pronounce his name. He's funny.
Now he is. I like him.
1974, and this would kind of become her emblem, as this was a song that was released on this day in 74. It went number 1, as a matter of fact. Life is like a butterfly, as Dolly whooped it out. Y'all remember that? She'd come out on that swing, that big butterfly. Don't act like you didn't watch that.
Yeah, I watched it.
Acting like you were watching Archie Bunker or something. You were watching it with me.
Kind of like you didn't watch Miley Cyrus coming on that
Wrecking Ball. Yeah, I had to look at that. And I stared. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
then she had that number 1 hand doing something that I didn't agree with, too.
I didn't see that one.
All right. Everybody remember Tonight's the Night? Everything's going to be all right. It was 1976 that those words would go number 1. Anybody remember Rod Stewart's Tonight's the Night? Rod was really good.
Oh, right. Yes, he was.
He's had a colorful career, to speak.
Hey, you can say that. He's been
But am I right in saying that probably the best Rod Stewart was Maggie May? Did he ever beat that? If you think I'm sexy and I don't need my shirt or something, that was okay. What was that? Oh, if you think I'm sexy and you want my body.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Odie sings that all the time to Amy, and I'm telling you, in the truck he gets a little nervy.
Yeah, but that's all right.
But I really think Maggie May was, in my opinion, I could be wrong, was the best. Greg Gutfield, we're getting names there. Thank you.
Yeah, there we go. Y'all knew who I was talking about.
1979, they got together and huddled, and he goes, well, I want to be president. Made up the mind, walked in front of a camera on this day and said it out loud where everybody would know. It would be Ronald Reagan, your future president, who would be what all standards would be set for after that.
Yeah.
Never would I have thunk it, because back in the day in 79, pretty much the South was still Democrat.
Oh, yeah.
It was. We still voted Democrat governors, and because we hadn't had one in the governor's mansion for years.
Well,
It changed
I
after
remember Daddy saying, all right, get in the car, let's go. And I'm like, where are we going? He said, we're going down here to Midway Mart, and we're going to wait for Ronald Reagan to pass by. And it was like, huh? I said, yeah, we're just going to wave at him. So we were sitting down there waiting, and then all of a sudden you saw a helicopter go up 19. And then it wasn't long, here comes his car. He was en route to Neshoba County Fair to make a speech on his bid for president. And that was a big deal. People were lined up and down Highway 19 as he passed by. And
Matter of fact, we wouldn't start voting Republican until Kirk Fordyce whooped a reporter. Don't you tell about my girlfriend, I'll whoop you.
Don't be telling the truth out there.
That's what happened. That's the way it was, as Walter would say. 1982, on this date, it would be dedicated, the Vietnam Memorial Wall. a great day it was that was done, and we're glad that was set forth. 1983, we would lose a legend on this date. He would pass away. Who remembers Junior?
BR 549.
With the Hee-Haw Honeys.
Sample auto.
Yes, it was. I love that show. 1987, it would be the last time that they would get together and hold hands and sing, I Got You, Babe.
He's standing on a box.
He sure was. Because he was not that tall. She's towered over him.
I mean, look how far up his kneecaps are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell that's made up.
It was very made up. Very made up there. They were trying to make him look bigger than life.
Yeah.
But we're smarter than the average bear. Also in 1990, there would be a lawsuit. This is where things go awry. You're trying to do good, and you throw a football from the stage. Well, it hit somebody, and they claim, well, it hit me in the pinky, and now I can't have sex with my husband. Yeah. That's what the lawsuit said, as Rod Stewart was sued.
The bad thing is you ought to sue her for not even being able to catch the thing.
I mean, really. And I don't even want to know the details of how they proved that. We'll leave that alone and go to the next story.
Well, there's a problem with the lawsuits right there. A guy who gets up out of the driver's seat from a Winnebago to go make some coffee while it's still going down the road, wrecks, crashes, and he sues Winnebago for
wins.
And wins for the autopilot. Now, and the judge, I don't blame the guy who took it to court. Screw it, let's find out. The judge says, yeah, you owe him.
That's not right. We need to get back to a no-nonsense type judicial system.
Yeah, talk stupid.
Black and white. It's written in front of you. There is no gray in most of these. Yeah. 1999, it would hit Toy Story 2, and it was just as good as the first one. Everybody liked it. It would be 5 or 6 before they'd get rid of Tim, and we would say, we don't want you no more. Ooh. Let's show a picture without makeup. It's going to scare you. Y'all adjust your phones, hide, look through your fingers, whatever you want to do. But here's the photo shoot of Winona, her DUI in 03.
I hope my stepson's not watching.
Is he a big fan of hers?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. 2016, a legend would pass away. Y'all remember Leon Russell? He passed away on this date back in 16. Had a bunch of hair. They called him a hippie back in the day. I'll leave it at that. Doug Supernall would pass away on this day back in 2020. He was only 60. He had some medical problems and passed away. You remember him from I Don't Call Him Daddy. She's a lot like Reno. And that's the way it was in history on this day. We got so much more to talk about and coming of what went on over the weekend. We could go probably 3 hours today.
We could go with it.
We'll squeeze as much as we can in. Have you seen the selection of cars and trucks at Massey Supermart Auto Sales lately? How about a Grand Cherokee Jeep 4x4 Limited? They've got that in white and also gray. They have a like-new 2021 Wrangler Unlimited 4x4. Or maybe your family needs room. Have you checked out the Ford Expedition lately? 1023 Highway 39 Bypass, Massey Supermart Auto Sales.
The low profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Have you heard? Broadmoor Wine and Spirits is under new management. Now, they're conveniently located at 4900 Poplar Springs Drive, open Monday through Saturday from 10 until 9 for your convenience. They have such a large selection of wine and spirits. That's mixed drinks, boxed wines, brands that you're familiar with. Our shelves are stocked. Come by and let us earn your business. That's Broadmoor Wine and Spirits, conveniently located at 4900 Poplar Springs Drive. This keeps up, I'm going to have my 5th cup of coffee. Let's go to Highway 11 and 80. The Highway Patrol would have responded, but their office is so far away they had no idea that this happened. It was a wreck Saturday night right in front of the Mississippi Highway Patrol office. As we pull this up, look at this, Odie. Now, we assume that no one was hurt since no one was at the scene of the accident when the police arrived. It's on its side in the bushes there next to the railroad track.
We got to go.
Look at this. They left the scene. That's if you're driving down at night, there would be no way to see that.
No, you couldn't see that.
As we get closer on this, Odie,
that's a donut up under there.
Yeah, it is.
That
it's
ain't
slick.
A spare tire.
But that's a lot of stuff to be carrying around in the back of your pick-em-up truck.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's all still right there where it was left. So if you're missing your stuff, go on back and get it there.
Somebody's losing.
But
Wow, that's part of the cleanup.
Yeah.
Charge them for it, but that's part of the cleanup.
It put a big dent there in that truck. Whoops.
Yeah,
We've got the
Nissan.
We got the complete video if you'd like to watch it being winched out. If you've never seen any of that, it's interesting of the different steps that they have to take to get that in there.
Yeah.
The fun would not end. We would leave there and we would run right on over to South Frontage Road next to Harley Davidson, right there in front of the buildings there as we pull this up where Interstate Auto used to be. There we go. Whoops, what happened here?
That's another Nissan. They could use them two to make one.
Yeah, I'm telling you, another Frontier damaged. Look at this. Ooh. Now, what would happen? Let me get to these next pictures. It's got some major. You see that dent right there?
Right in the kisser.
Yeah, right there in the kisser. That was used to be lamppost. Let's go down and take a look as they process all of the different products that were found up in the vehicle. I'll leave it at that.
No.
Let's look here. Here's the pole that is knocked down. Let me give you a different angle of this. The truck, do you see the tracks?
Yeah.
Would be coming, traveling east, hit the side of the wall here,
ow,
and then would take out the pole. Look at that. I mean, just plumb left the bolts in the ground.
They hit that there thing kind of hard.
Wow. That's what we can say.
A little bit more than 45.
Yeah, I think they were speeding. They were still sitting in the back of the patrol car as I sat there, and I waved. They didn't want to wave back. It was one of them situations there. I get it. But
lucky that thing didn't fall down on the interstate.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't. Or and
the good Lord's hand reached down there and pushed it out of the way.
And that truck could have went airborne easily into I-20.
Yeah.
There's so many things that as you look at that, let me pull that picture back up, of how that could have just went whoop over that.
Yeah.
But fortunately, I think an ambulance was called in the end to get treated because it was such a hard lick there of what happened. My, oh my, oh my. We did have an accident that claimed life over the weekend, Scott County, as we pull this up to take a look here. This would happen at the intersection of Highway 25 and Cold Bluff Road in Scott County. Condolences to the family members that were involved in that. Yeah. There's no good way around that, no matter what. A loss of life is just horrible. Let's go to Kemper County. Highway 493. Here we go. Boogie there, boogie there. Into Kemper County we would go. What do we see? Oh, a Dodge truck off in the bushes. That didn't work out. No. Roads were slick, and I can't count the number of wrecks that happen like this. They go to sliding. And I know I've got this somewhere, and we call it Dead Man's Curve coming in Meridian.
Right there on 59, right before you get to Meridian, that one curve. It's long. It's not real sharp, but it's long, and it's got a negative grade to it, and people wreck there every single time it rains, and sometimes it doesn't even have to rain.
I was trying to find the pictures. I've got them somewhere.
I didn't even get to go to the Veterans Day program with my granddaughter because of all the wrecks and everything else. And I hate I missed it out at West Lawndale Elementary.
And I don't have it for whatever reason. But it was 2 wrecks that happened right there. If it ever rained, slow down about 40 coming in Meridian because it's bad there.
It is real bad. And don't get beside somebody because they're liable to slide off the road.
Now, let me address something. This was brought up to me several times. This is not the first time that these people have been in Meridian, but if you see them, don't roll down your window. I think you have to have a permit. I cannot put my...
They're not supposed to. They've said that it's illegal to impede traffic at stoplights. They won't give a permit. You cannot get out and gather money at a red light intersection.
These people are not from Meridian. They claim to be associated with a church that is out of town, and they show up at this intersection every 6 months or so collecting money. There's no telling what they get. Yeah. People with good intentions donate money.
They ought to get 3 hots and a cot.
That's my opinion on that.
At the Bear Yacht.
I know that police were called. I don't know. I don't know if they made them stop or what. But if there's ever a question in your red light, somebody asking for money, normally it's put out like in Clark County once a year. They'll do a fill the boot at an intersection, yep, and they notify everyone that this is going to be happening. You don't have to donate if you don't want to. You can if you want to, but that is not the way to do this.
No, that is 100% against the law.
That is.
it should be handled as such.
That is the intersection of Highway 39 and North Hill Street at Hardee's is where that happened over the weekend. So just to let everybody know exactly what went on there. Let's see here. Let's go to out on Highway 494. How somebody was not majorly hurt in this accident, I don't know, Odie.
Yeah, that was that happened Friday morning, right towards the end of the show. We showed up over there. Luckily, he was headed home from work, if I'm not mistaken, but was not real hurt. He went to the hospital to get checked out, but he was doing okay. Again,
Miracles. It's as amazing what God can pull you through in an accident.
Yeah.
And I would say a seatbelt was used in this case because that was a tumble and a tumble and a tumble.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Minute Bucket Road, we had a pretty nasty accident there also Friday morning. That happened. I'm telling you, it was accident city as we tracked all of this stuff that was going on. Also in the curve, this would be an accident that happened. No one was hurt, and they actually got the car out, didn't have to call a wrecker. But this was in the curve going toward, before you go across the spillway. A car lost control in that curve right there by the telephone.
Yeah. I bet they had to clean that car.
Yeah, I think so too. But fortunately, no one was hurt on that one. Let's go here. We got some more. There's another accident. I had some more. Oh, not long after that wreck, we had some horses out. I even called Tyson and said, Tyson, you got horses out. Ain't mine.
Ain't mine.
But we had horses out running toward the reservoir on Friday. I always look out for those. We had a dog involved trying to help get them too.
That's old Fred. Roscoe was around, wasn't he?
He was. Got to have you a Fred to help out with situations there. But it was a big weekend of accidents and things that went on. Let me go over here and see what else we got that happened. Let's go out to Twiddly Branch. Firefighters would have a little bit of trouble finding this, and I don't know much about OnStar, but I guess it can track your car. I know that's a lot of people are going to say I don't like it because of that, but in this case, it helped find somebody. As we see this, and what's this? Oops!
And the sensors on it will automatically call
and get out
911 and say, "Hey, we've had this happen." So you don't even have to call 911.
It also calls your wife and lets her know if you're playing poker or not coming home. I want everybody to know that if you buy one of those.
Yeah, it keeps up with everything.
Scotty Ray and Odie, we'll be right back. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
Well, this is a picture that you recognize a lot. Chad is blue and has got his name right in the middle. What does it mean? Quality work.
It means someone that is dedicated to getting the work done correctly, getting it done right, and doing the work for you. He's going to contact your insurance. He's going to work with your insurance, and he's going to get that vehicle of yours fixed with quality parts, not just the cheapest parts you can find. You can trust Chet and his entire team down there to make your car look like it did the day it came off a showroom floor.
Check it all out, and if you accidentally had one of those accidents of whoop, talk to Chet this weekend. He'll put it back together like Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, he can get that dent out or replace the whole piece. It doesn't matter. He's equipped with everything down there to make your car back to the way it was.
737-2967 and 61 is the number to call. They'll help you out there at Chet's Paint and Body. Visit them today. You'll be glad you did. They're 61 is the number. Make sure to talk to them. They'll help you out there. Good folks right here in the Meridian area. Now, we did have a couple things go on downtown Meridian. We got services moved because of the rain.
Yep.
Veterans Day program as we go there. It got moved to City Hall. It was a large turnout for this. As we flip through some of the pictures there, Algie sitting up paying attention.
I saw Brother Patrick Kirby up front.
Yeah, he sang.
Yeah.
Led us all in the national anthem. A big thank you to him there. A lot of dignitaries were on hand. As you can see, a packed house for the program there. Even though it rained, everybody still turned out, which would lead to the 3 o'clock parade that happened downtown Meridian, Odie.
Man, at the Doughboy Monument, and it did turn out to be a good day after all.
Yes, sir. As we look at, lots of people participated in it.
That's good. It's good to see the community come together, and there's old Has.
Well, let's back up. Yeah, there he is, standing on the street corner. But just tons of people participated in this, and we can't say thank you enough for everybody who came down and took part of this, because we got to remember our veterans and what they do, day one, day forward, as always. So a big thank you to everybody. Where's this? Yeah. Here's Bailey. They were in it. As we get further back here, I wanted to ask you about,
Oh, Edgar.
Yeah, Edgar in there. This right here, what is that unit called?
That is a ARF.
A what?
ARF.
What does a ARF do?
That is for fighting airplane fires. Chief was also out at the Navy Base Fire Department. This chief out there, so he can tell you every little nook and cranny there is about that.
What does that thing do that the rest of them don't?
It attacks the airplanes when they crash or when they got fuel leaking. You can sit inside the truck and spray it with foam and water. Put the fire out. You never have to get out.
Well, I think we need more of them.
Them some heavy trucks.
I would be scared to think what that thing cost. It just looks expensive.
That's probably close to $1 million sitting there.
$1 million?
Close to it.
Oof. But you got a little joystick in there that you can sit there and...
Yeah, you just...
Really?
It's real nice.
So, well, I'm glad I know ARF. ARF. Who come up with this name? Air refueling?
Airport firefighting vehicle.
Okay. Now, ARF. Okay.
It stands for something.
It sure did there. Big thank you to the Sheriff's Department turning out, also Meridian PD.
While we talking about the Sheriff's Department, Tony and Brittany Gonzalez has got their 13-year anniversary.
Do they?
So happy birthday. He's a deputy with the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department. And then my hero, Landon George, Saturday, he reached his 4-year anniversary being with the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department, spent time in the United States Marine, got out, came to join the law enforcement. So Landon George, brother, love you. Stay safe out there. He's my hero and great guy for Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department, just like everybody down there is.
We had a lot of programs at the schools across the area. Every county that is watching us had a Veterans Day program. Also, at the new facility here in Meridian, we had this out by the airport on Friday. I hope you had a chance to make it out for that. It was a little cloudy, but everybody showed up. Some great singing of the national anthem, salutes. There we go. It was a big turnout for that as well on Friday, as I'm trying to cover some of these bases of things that just went on.
I mean, that's a beautiful memorial out there.
Now, I got word we had a shooting, if y'all remember, in Newton County. There at Hardee's.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
20 rounds or so hit the building. Ting, 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 ting. Somehow no one was hurt. We did have 2 arrests. Let me see if I've got those, and I don't have those handy. But over the weekend, the 3rd suspect was apprehended. Turned himself in, as a matter of fact. Walked right in. Bond has been set at $250,000 as he turned himself in. Cardell McGee to authorities on this.
So all 3 of them now have been detained for questioning.
Right. And we'll see what happens as it reaches the court system. Here's the picture that I mentioned up a little bit ago. As you're looking, this was there as of Sunday morning. If you're looking across the grass there at our busiest shopping center. Really adds some beauty there to the Holiday Inn, doesn't it?
Well, that's the first. If you're headed east, that's at the first exit coming in, and you go, welcome to Meridian.
Yeah.
And then if you're going west, if you're going east, it's the last one. And you look and say, I'm glad I'm leaving.
There you go.
The one going west, you come in and say, welcome. And not a good look for Meridian.
Now, I posted this, and I want to be upfront about this. When if somebody gets into a fight at school, there's one person in the fight, we don't bring it up. when there's multiple people involved in any fight in any school system, we will bring attention to it for the sole purpose of it needs to be handled. Whether it's at home or from the administration, we point it out to where parents can move forward with handling the situation by tending to their own children or the school. As we do report that there was a fight Friday that happened at West Lauderdale. I got the video sent to me. I was not going to post it. It was kids fighting, so I did not post the video of that. But it was some slamming and hair pulling and lots of things that went on with that.
It's like 4-on-1. Wasn't
Yeah, y'all can read the comments, see what happened on there, and the video is out there somewhere. But that's the way it was on that. Now let's recap this again. Let's talk about the car show before y'all get out of here.
Yeah.
I know y'all got plenty to do today, but remind us of what time to be at Coyville.
The car show, we're going to start showing up 7:30. From then on till about 10 o'clock, you can register. They'll vote on the positions that Edna talked about earlier. Vendors start showing up at the same time if you want to. Come first come, first serve, just pick your spot. We're going to start serving food, and the entertainment will start at 10 o'clock. And we just hope everybody comes out and supports us or support your volunteer fire department. Everybody in the county needs support.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We appreciate that. It's going to be a large time. We hope you can come out and enjoy the cars because they are beautiful. And as I keep finding out, the more extensive they are.
Ooh, it's definitely a fun time. I've been going for years and going to make it a place to continue going because they do put on a good show. So if you're out in that area or looking for something to do come Saturday, Coyville at the four-way stop is a place to be. And go look at some beautiful cars.
We'd like to thank each and every one of y'all for joining us today. Did we get that birthday there, Connie?
No, it just come up. So Connie Dunn's granddaughter, happy birthday. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I didn't see it if it came up. Not saying, because, we are men and we have a hard time multitasking. Or
Yeah,
my
I know.
wife tells me that, You're not listening to me. Yeah, I'm just doing these other two things.
And I do not have, Carlene, I don't have an answer on this on Palmer Flats Road there, just off of Pine Springs, when that bridge is going to be open. We need to ask somebody. 13 months is a long time. I agree 100%. We'll see what we can find out on that.
Yeah.
All right. Odie, I'm going to let you close out the show because we've run out of time.
We have run out of time. It's Monday. Be careful. Rain's coming. We're going to have some more rain. So the roads are still going to be slick. So be careful while you're out there. Thank y'all for spending your morning with us. We've enjoyed having you. We've enjoyed coming and being with you this morning. Remember, we love you, and Jesus does too.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.